Hey guys, this is my week 2 entry for the recovery of complete bicep tear following distal bicep surgery. This is week 2, so I wanted to keep people updated on my journey because, as I said, the point of these videos is that as soon as this happened to me, I noticed that everyone's journey was different. I've noticed a lot of people after their surgery are put in a cast for a period of time and it's set at different angles over time. I was very lucky. My bicep was in really good condition when the surgery happened, and also my surgeon's approach is that I don't use the cast. I use the sling for a couple of days. I had it bandaged up, as I said in my last video, for about 4 days and didn't move it. And then I made my first entry onto this channel a couple of days later, updating you guys on what that was like. So this is week 2. This is actually my arm where the injury occurred. I've seen my surgeon today and actually had the stitches removed. You can hardly even see the scars. There's one just there, and one that's a dragonfly on my arm there, and there's one right there. Run my finger along it. The other one, the entry point for my bicep, is right there. So absolutely amazing surgeon, Dr. Martin Laird. You can hardly see that through my tattoo. Before the surgery, he said, I'm going to have to go right through the dragonfly's head down. I said, mate, I don't care. I don't care about the tattoo. Just do what's best for my arm. So he went in and managed to save that as well. So I wanted to do this entry intentionally after my visit to the surgeon. That's my 2-week follow-up. I had an x-ray this morning. It's all good. And then I saw my surgeon. I've already started my rehab exercises. To give you guys an idea of where my arm is at, I'm going to stand up and just sit down like this. This is my injured arm. This is my range of movement. I go down here, lift right up. I can't feed myself with a spoon because my hand kind of stops, but my supination of my hand, this is from a flat position. Oh, that's only today as well. I can start to do that. So I started my exercises today, and one of them is turning this over, so the supination of my wrist, and just holding it for 5 minutes at a time. I do that 5 times a day. I've done it 3 times today, and I could feel that scar tissue breaking down. So one of the reasons my surgeon actually doesn't use a cast if it isn't needed, as I said, my bicep was in really good condition, is because a lot of the problems people face with recovery, like the locked shoulder, that scar tissue building up, that a lot of that rehab is breaking through that. So I'm not going to have any of those problems. Okay, I have had a 500 gram limit on what I could lift over the last week, but I didn't didn't use that anyway. I carried a glass sometimes full of, or a can of Pepsi, something like that, to that degree of how much it would weigh. I don't use my hand to open doors, push a door or anything like that. I'm really careful. I'm conscious that I'm so grateful I can look like a normal person. I can walk around. I wake up in the morning and it's very stiff. So I don't wake up in the morning like this. I might be walking around in the morning with my arm like this, but after a couple of hours I can walk around like a normal person. If I was walking around the shopping centre I walked past, it doesn't look like I've just had surgery or anything like that. So I also wanted to take this time to talk about some of the side effects from the surgery. So my arm is recovering really well. My bicep is recovering well. Doesn't even look that bad, and aesthetically wise, I still have my curve that I had there, which was travelled halfway up my arm before. I didn't have that before the surgery, or I had it pre-injury, but my bicep had actually come up here. It looked like it split in two, but obviously it was just my bicep going up there and the tendon balling up around there and then the lower part of the elbow. So my arm is healing really well in regards to the surgery. one of the side effects that I've had, and I've done a lot of research on this, and when I say research, I say that very lightly. I've looked on YouTube, I've searched different documents and things like that on Google. By no means am I saying I'm a doctor or anything like that. I'm just saying this injury happened to me and I'm really, really interested in it. So anyway, I've read that there can be some nerve damage that happens to about 40% of people who have had this surgery. Unfortunately, I've fallen into that 40%. And that nerve pain is way worse than anything from the surgery. It's way worse than anything from the injury. So to tell you what, guys, I believe it was called LACN when I was doing a little bit of research. My surgeon said this is quite normal. My pain starts, I'll go this way. My pain starts at about there, and I've broken lots of bones before. I've had broken bones that have been undiagnosed for a week, and I was in severe pain. This is what it felt like. It felt like my bone was broken here. Okay, there's actually a nerve that travels right next to where that incision was made. So, excuse if you can hear my kids up there. So, there's actually a nerve that runs right next to there, which is moved out of the way. I think it's actually the lower part, moved out of the way for the surgery. I know that anyone that's had this surgery has probably looked up the same videos that I've looked up on YouTube. There's so much information in regards to what they do in the surgery. That nerve is moved to the side, and just touching that nerve is obviously can damage it. In regards to pain, mate, I was at a 9 out of 10 for this. I stopped taking my painkillers last week. At the end of last week, I ran out. I think it was last Friday. So I haven't taken any painkillers. This is Friday again. So for a week, I was in severe pain. To describe it, it was like my arm was broken. As I said, I've broken lots of bones before. That feeling in that bone that something's wrong, that really hot feeling. And right down, so it's from this area here, travels right down around my hand, around here. It's still all completely numb. I can't feel anything from there. Got no feeling, no feeling, no feeling, no feeling. Actually got no feeling right along my thumb there. So it's numb, but to describe it, it feels like it's broken and on fire when it's inflamed. Okay, the pain is unbearable, and it seems to flare up at night time after I've been using my arm for a while. So that has been excruciating. When it's feeling good, it feels like my hand is full of broken glass. And when I move it, it feels like that broken glass is moving around there. If someone was to touch my hand, like my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, touched my hand, it feels like needles are sticking in there. I saw my GP, he actually prescribed me Lyrica, so I've been taking that for about a week. And of a night time, I use something called a lidocaine strip, and it basically numbs that area. That's the only way I can get any sleep. So when I spoke to my surgeon today, that could last a couple of weeks, could last a couple of months, could last a lot longer. It was one of the complications that, of course, my surgeon informed me about. So in regards to my road to recovery, those people are telling me I need a sling and my arm should be in a cast and things like that. It's healing perfectly fine. Okay, I've seen my surgeon, got some supination back, got a range of motion back. Obviously, it's not going straight or anything like that, but if I walk past in the street, you wouldn't know that I've just had surgery. But that nerve pain, oh mate, it's next level. It's excruciating. Okay, so today's a pretty good day. I've been on the Lyrica for, as I said, I started on Monday, today's Friday, so for 5 days. Can take a couple of weeks for that to actually start to work. Okay, so I'll keep you informed on that, but that's my week 2 entry. I'll be doing this each week, so hopefully this helps someone maybe going through a similar journey and they're worried because their journey is different to others. These are my results so far. This is what's happened to me. I'm not discrediting what's happened to anyone else, but this is my journey, and thank you. See you in a week.